Yo, what's good, guys? This is Miasin, and today I'm back with a highly requested deck, and by highly requested, I mean like 5 people asked, but that's a lot. So anyways, Cyber Dragons, I think this deck sucks, but like I said, everyone wants the deck profile, so there you have it. You know, even after Master Rule 5, there's still never gonna be a reason to play more than one Cyber Dragon, unless you enjoy losing, in which case I strongly recommend you to play multiple Cyber Dragons, but if you actually don't want to lose, then playing one is correct. But anyways, let's just get into it. So yeah, the Bricky Boy, and then Triple Fear. This is actually kind of new. So before it was really bad because it didn't really do anything. It just made you. It just got another body on the field, which you couldn't really do anything like proactive and productive with. But now that you have Anaconda, then just 2 Cyber Dragon monsters is already a big thing because it gets you to Rampage, which gets you to Core. And that's already a win condition. So Fear actually went from being borderline unplayable to suddenly quite good, actually. I mean, it's a better card to open than Cyber Dragon, and the level 4 gives you a variety for overflow pops. Honestly, I actually have some 3 to 4 pops with overflow sometimes. It's actually pretty cool. So I like the card a lot, actually. And then I don't have to explain this. Next Dread 1, obviously, things will never change. I mean, it's obviously a very bricky card. You never want to draw it. Unless you're playing like Cyber Orchest, which sucks, obviously. But, you know, once again, some people are weird and actually enjoy losing. But yeah, please don't play multiple Nexters. It's literally the same logic as Cyber Dragons. Like, you don't want to draw these guys ever. Like, ever. So yeah. And then 3 DD Crow. This is the one hand trap that hurts both control and combo the most, because Ash is really bad against combo decks and really bad against Eldritch, whereas DD Crow, it's kinda bad against Adamantia, but very good against Eldritch. It has some applications for Shadow Invoked, but you know, it's especially there just because it has a variety of uses. It's not a once per turn, etc. So, you know, and also you can normal summon it and make Relinquished Anima, so, you know, it's not that bad. And then Triple Hertz. I'm not playing Galaxy Soldier, as you noticed, because the card is a huge brick, and there are other ways to make Infinity anyway. I mean, on paper, you look at this deck list, like the monster lineup, and you're like, oh, this deck should never make Infinity. But if you actually watch my deck profiles on Sam's channel, you should know that just this amount of monsters makes Infinity quite easily. So you really shouldn't have to worry about anything. So yeah, Triple Hearse, it's a good card to discard as well, and it's just like the best monster, one of the best monsters to draw, like, when you only have him, you know, at least he floats in Cyber Dragons. Like, Hearse plus 5 traps is really good, and sometimes it's actually better than Core with 5 traps. You know, most of the time you still want to see Core, because, you know, it's the best card in the deck, but sometimes Hearse is actually still good, so yeah. Well, for example, when you have, like, Overflow and Duster, you know, so yeah. And then the 2 fusion spells, once again, Anaconda makes Overload good, and Cyberload has always been good. It's a recycling card, and then Triple Emergency for more cores. Triple Duster, this didn't change, even though I'm not a big fan. It's just to make Trap Trick better, because you have to play Trap Trick, otherwise you just lose to everything. 3 Dino-Miscus, discard outs cards that destroy this deck, like Winda, because Shadow Invoked is still a thing, and also, this is another one of the reasons why I think that this deck is like complete garbage, is that before Master Rule 5, Shadows and Dragon Link were actually decent matchups. They weren't bad, and now they went from being decent to being insta-scoop. Like, literally, a lot of boards that they make aren't even like heavy on negates, but I still can't out them, because obviously I'm gonna brick and just not draw enough, and unless I have utility cards like Dino-Miscus and stuff, I'm never going to be able to out like a Winda, because, you know, Cyber Dragon doesn't have enough attack, and I can't contact fuse anymore. Like, ironically, I'm more scared of Winda Pass in the main monster zone than like Appaloosa, like Construct Winda with like a Dweller. Like, that doesn't, like, ironically, that doesn't do anything against me, because I just contact fuse over the Appaloosa and then jump over the Winda and stuff. But just Winda Pass is game. So, you know, it's once again another reason why I think this deck is completely unplayable. But hey, some people really want to play Cyber Dragons. But anyways, 2 Trap Trick, I don't play 3 because it's very bricky. Oh, side note, by the way, there is another really good trap that you can play in this deck that actually fixes some other bad matchups. It's Karma Cut. The issue is, since I already have Dynamiscus to discard, I felt like it wouldn't be the best. I just wanted a bit more variety. Even though Crackdown, you know, is not a normal trap, you know, it still covers a lot. So yeah. And then triple overflow once again, more core access cards, and triple compose. This is actually probably the best normal trap outside of overflow, because it doesn't really make you lose anything. Oh, by the way, since Dynamiscus is a level 2 and core is a level 2, you can actually play one Opabinia in your extra deck. It's just that it's kind of a waste of an extra deck because Opabinia comes up like once every 10 games, max if you're lucky. And every single monster here comes up way more often, so yeah, even like the second Rampage comes up more often than Opabinia. So yeah, it's kind of pathetic. But anyways, the rest of the deck is just, you guys are probably used to this. Unending and Triple Strike. Actually, I kind of lied for the extra deck. The third Chimera Tech Mega Fleet doesn't really come up as often, but you know, it's still nice to have because some decks, sometimes they're still forced to go into the extra monster zone if they want to play, because they have to summon a link and then they can start making like negates in the main monster zone. So, you know, you can, if anything, you can cut the third Mega Fleet and play like a cute Opabinia, but like, unless you're swapping the Heavy Dusters for Orlenoides, I think it's just never gonna come up, like, really. But yeah. The rest of the extra deck makes a lot of sense. Relinquished Anima is really cool. It gives it makes hers like randomly quite aggressive. It allows you to push through one negate, like push, like you search for Cyber Dragon and then you make Anima. If you get negated and destroyed, you can actually special summon the Cyber Dragon and do some cute stuff. I mean, you can't do much obviously because the deck kind of has a low ceiling. It's just it's kind of like a control-esque deck. And this is, once again, another reason why I'm not fond of it right now. It's because the strength of the deck was Contact Fuse, Jump Over, Set 4/5 back row, Pass, and during the opponent's turn you actually broke half the deck. And I feel like against most combo decks I can't even do this. Like, sure, Adamantia, I can break their board, like, I want to say a good 50% of the time, even without hand traps or kaijus or like any side decking. But like it's still like very uphill, and it's just it's trying to force it too much, honestly. That's why, you know. And also, for the love of God, please don't try to make Cyber Dragon a going first deck. That also doesn't work. You might as well just play anything else in the entire world. So yeah. Every single other card here is very, very straightforward, except Puzzlomino and Union Carrier. So Union Carrier, his actual effect to like equip something is only relevant with Dragoon being a thing, because it transforms some weird combination of 3 cards into something that has a 100% chance of outing a Dragoon in the main monster zone. But without Dragoon, Union Carrier is not a must, so don't worry, you don't have to play this. And Puzzlomino is very relevant because it transforms some weird hands that can't make Infinity into some hands that can do it. So when you go next to discard Cyber Dragon to revive it, it has to be underneath the Puzzlomino, so you actually make it level 5 and then you make Nova, Infinity, stuff like that, so yeah. And that's pretty much it for the extra deck. For the side, triple Nibiru, because it covers, once again, bad matchups. Altanin, it's a searchable card to out Winda. It was more relevant when Spiral Sleeper was a thing, because it couldn't be destroyed by card effect, couldn't be targeted or anything, couldn't be destroyed by Seeger. So you could just go normal core, search, emergency, and then boom, blow up your whole board. After you manage to find a way to like out the Appaloosa, which isn't too bad. Like special summoning Cyber Dragon is already a way to do it, and then that shut down a Trigate. But once again, this card now doesn't really have too much. It's just for Shaddoll Invoked, honestly. This is for Altergeist or just going first in general. When actually, thanks to the way the main deck is built, if you're forced to go first, this deck is actually quite good now, honestly. On game 2 and 3, it just depends on what you're playing against, but you should be fine. And then triple Lightning Storm and Evenly for, once again, back row decks, very bad. You actually have 9 cards for back row, so that's cool. You can take out a lot of duplicate names. Cyber Dragons, and then like some bad traps. Like, I don't like Compulse against Altergeist. I think it's complete garbage. Like, sure, Compulse back your Meluseek so then you can normal summon it again and send something to the grave next turn. So yeah, and Get Out is just, honestly, it doesn't have to be Get Out. As long as it's like 2 normal traps that you can tutor out with Trap Trick, you're good. It can be different dimension ground, so you can buy you a turn. And even against Adamantia, it's still very good. Like, they don't get the Block Dragon, and they can't use Signs anymore, or use the effect of the Go-Go-Go's in the grave, so Different Dimension Ground, fantastic card. You can play that. Get Out, it's just a placeholder, honestly. It's just, I haven't thought of everything. It's just, like I said, I didn't have enough playtesting with the deck, because most of the games that I tried playing with this deck, I got too demotivated. So, you know, I don't want to be a liar and say like, oh guys, yeah, Cyber Dragon is still playable and stuff. No. I'm just being straight up honest. If you want to play the deck, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to have as much success as you would if it was still Master Rule 4. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yasin is signing out.